In Java, the comparable interface is used to impose a natural ordering on the objects of each class that implements it. This interface consists of a single method, compare_to, that is used for comparing the current object with the specified object. This interface, comparable, consists of a single method, compare_to. So create a new class, a new Java class named student. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh wait, hold on. I'm gonna call this comparable student, I guess. What should I call this? So create a new Java class named student. Okay. Add the following properties to the student class: student ID, type integer, name type string, GPA type double. These should definitely be private because we're dealing with sensitive data here. So student ID and string name and private GPA private double GPA and modify the student class so that it implements the comparable interface. Okay, so implements the comparable interface. Implements the comparable interface. Implement the compare_to method to compare students based on their GPA. Implement the compare_to method. Okay, yeah. All right. Add a constructor to initialize the properties of the student class. So we're going to initialize these properties with a constructor. Add getter methods for student ID, name, and GPA getters. Okay. Let me do. So add a constructor to initialize the properties of the student class. This is not a class. This is a public. Student ID. We add here. Oh, there we go. We're gonna have integer student ID we're gonna have string name. We're gonna have double GPA, and we'll say that this dot student ID equals to this dot student ID. And then this dot name, let's go to name, and this dot GPA. Add getter methods for student ID. Okay, we'll start with editor gets student ID. So it returns a integer, so we're gonna return. Okay, let me just go ahead and copy this. Then we have a string, and we have get name here. And we have the GPA. Then we have GPA here, and returns GPA. And we're going to implement the comparative method. Go ahead by overriding that. Make sure you guys can see here properly. Hold on. We have a missing closing curly bracket here real quick here. Okay, it's much better here. Okay, so override our comparative method to compare students based on their GPA. Okay. Compare students based on their GPA. I'm gonna say your student, right, from our class, and then compares our student to other, and let's say return, right, GPA is double, so yeah, double, compare this GPA, right, based on their GPA. All right, so this GPA and other GPA. Hold on. All right, so and other GPA. Okay. close this here. And let me have a, because I know we're gonna have to have a toString here as well. And let me return, let me say your student ID, right? Student ID, student name. Oh, I gotta say name, and then say GPA. Let me actually say let me say name. Let me say GPA. Okay. So that's it. And then main method. In the student class or in a separate class, create a main method. Create an array or list of students. Create an array or a list of student objects with at least 5 students, initializing them with different IDs, names, and GPAs. Use arrays.sort or collections.sort to sort the array or list. Print the sorted list of students to the console. Ensure your application correctly sorts the students by GPA in ascending order. Test with students having the same GPA to check how your program handles this case. Okay. Should I do it here? Okay, I'm just gonna do it here. I'm gonna have a public static void main. I'm gonna do this inside this class. I'm gonna do this inside this class. Say and I'm going to create an array or list of student objects. I'm going to create a list of students. And I'll call this students new. Yeah, I'm going to create an array list here. Alright, create an array or a list of student objects with at least 5 students. Okay, so let me say students dot add. I'm gonna add here. I'm gonna add a new student here, right? And the student class takes in the student ID, which I'm gonna say, let me say 99901. Okay, that's a long one. Let me just say 9901. All right, that's the student ID, and then the student name. I'm gonna say Chris Java. and I'll give Chris Java a 4.0. Okay, so let me add a couple more students here. Yeah. Opa. What did I do here? Oh, sorry about that. It's one of my videos here. I don't know why it went to my YouTube channel. But so what was I? Okay. Anyways, 5. Okay. Uh. Oh, wait. Look at this. Interesting. J list. So this is from the swing. Java X dot swing. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, but anyways, let me go ahead and import the package for array lists. You know, let me just go ahead and import everything. Yeah, save me time. Okay, so the next student is gonna be student ID number 2, and I'm gonna call the student John Doe, and I'm gonna give the student a 3.5. Right, and yeah, 3, and then 4, and then 5. And we will call the student here Michelle Brown. We're gonna give them a 2.6. Right, GPO. And I'm gonna call here Jane Doe. Actually, no. Let me call Susan. Right, Susan, I guess, or Susan like this. Susan Hill. I hope that's not a real name. And I'll give Susan Hill a 3.5, same as John Doe, because we want to test as well students that have the same GPO. And I'll call Jane Doe here. Jane Doe, all right? Okay, and so we did that, and then use arrays dot sort or collections dot sort to sort the array or list. Okay. Okay, right, sorting the list. And we're gonna call collections for sure. Sort. And we are going to sort our students here. And print the sorted list of students to the console. So collections. Okay, so we're gonna print. This is a pretty simple program. Printing. Let's say prints. Let's say like this. Sorts. Could I use this? Yeah, so sorts the list and this prints sorted students, right? Yeah, there we go, sorted students. And I'm gonna do a system dot out dot print line, and let me say students, right? To sort and print a sorted list of students to the console. The sorted list of students. Okay, so students sorted by GPA, right? By GPA. Yeah, by GPA compared to. Okay, so sorted by GPA. Is there anything else missing here? I don't think so. Okay. So let me see. Let me cut this part here. Let me make sure you do. Let me just say 4 real quick here, and I'll say that for every student. Let me say student S and students. So system dot out. Print line. Up. Print line. Let's say student. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we have no syntax errors here. So far, so good. Solid, simple project here, program. So let's go ahead and run this. Okay, so testing. Ensure your application correctly sorts the students by GPA in ascending order. By GPA in ascending order. So in ascending order, this is correct. So 2.6, 3.0, 3.5, 3.5, and 4.0. And test with students having the same GPA to check how your program handles this case. Wait, students sorted by GPA, right? So yeah, Jane Doe 3, John. Oh, let me fix a little bit here of the UI. Let me do something like let me say maybe something like this. Then something like this. So better read this. Go ahead and run again this program. Okay, so 2.6, 3.0, 3.5, and 3.5 and 4.0. That's having the same GPA to check how your program. Yeah, so this is our program. Pretty solid.